Good afternoon and welcome along to Destination Wellbeing. My guests this afternoon are Dianna Millar from the Molly and Maya Foundation, and later on in the interview we'll be joined by Corr, also a volunteer with the Molly and Maya Foundation. And just to remind our viewers at the start of the show that if any of the conversation that we're having this afternoon touches them personally, to please do get in touch with their GP, their health visitor, to have a chat, or indeed with the Molly and Maya Foundation for some support. So Dianna, you're very welcome. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me back.
You're very good. I mean, I think way back, I don't even know, I should have probably checked how long it was from you were on before, but it's about, must be 18 months.
Maybe,
well, there we go, it must be right. I was thinking 18 months, so it must be somewhere in there. And obviously since then, the Molly and Maya Foundation has went from strength to strength. There's quite a few new projects happening and different bits.
It definitely has. I
going
was
on.
actually just thinking about what we talked about the last time we were here, and it has starting to go out over Northern Ireland a lot more, and we're starting to get a lot more volunteers and more families that want to be involved.
Brilliant. So tell us, just for any viewers who aren't familiar with the Molly and Maya Foundation, tell us a little bit about what you do and the background and how the foundation and charity came about.
Okay. The foundation started when I lost my own wee girls, Molly and Maya, and I was 30.5 weeks pregnant and my placenta burst. So unfortunately they didn't survive. One was stillbirth, another one then died, just lived 17 minutes. That was wee Maya. So after that, we had decided, you know, what work will we do and how can we make things better? So we started actually working with putting memory boxes into the hospitals. And then it was only in January, not this year, but last year, that we started working directly with the families then.
And how long? And so the charity's been up and running now about 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah, 5 years. And that was then, the support with the families was really to bring the whole family in to have conversations and to support and help, was it?
We started, we were trying to get families to meet, which is the hard thing to do, whether it be mums, dads or complete families. So we started working with mums and bringing them to the Galgorm Resort and Spa for Pamper Days. And we found that's very successful in the line where they can come, they can just relax and they can have a chat to each other. More recently, we have started doing once a month a coffee morning. So we have met now in Armagh, Cookstown. We're meeting outside Ballygolly at Todd's Leap now on the 20th of May. And we hope to move dot round Northern Ireland, so we'll hopefully have one in your area soon.
Yeah, as you say, it's now beginning that whilst the initial area was sort of the Moy, Brainburb, County Tyrone area, it's growing out across, which is a fantastic accolade for the charity, really. I mean, it shows the work that you're doing and how much people actually need that local support.
It is, and it's good, like, for to be here today, we're widening out people that and raising awareness, and then we're having more local businesses and more families within the areas that are doing fundraisers and helping us, getting our word out there that they're here, that if they want to come and join us.
And it has really become, I mean, I know you've taken over the base for the charity is the school in Benburb, the old school in Benburb. It's a fantastic building and it's perfect. Great. But it has really become a hub for the community there as well.
The work's lovely. It's very busy, but when the whole community's involved, believe it or not, it brings more families filtrating in that need the support as well. So you'd find maybe somebody that had come to a course, maybe 3 months later they'll be talking to you and they'll tell you that you had a loss, or they'll contact you. I think it's the unknown. People, well, I'm not going to a group, or I'm not joining that, or I'm not, and then when they come and they say, oh, this is what they're doing, oh, I'd love to be involved.
Yeah, so suppose there's the two elements. There's supporting families and women that have lost a baby or lost a child, and there's also that community outreach and allowing conversations to happen and things to...
Because it is a subject, especially early loss, is a subject that people don't really discuss much. A later loss, I suppose people have to talk more about it, but in early loss often people don't know that somebody else has been pregnant or they've went through this trauma. So it's nice that if they're meeting somebody else and then somebody says, well, I actually lost so many weeks, and then they're like, oh, well, so did I. You know, it
becomes more, you realise then that it is more common, not that you want to find solutions for it, but also the fact that, you know, we really only hear about pregnancies a lot of the time that go full term and that have positive outcomes, but there are so many.
So we want to work hard to try and get into the hospitals, as in we're trying to get leaflets into all the hospitals, and it's just raising awareness with all the midwives. So we're lucky to have a connection in this area and one in Craigavon now, so hopefully we'll be fit to do a wee bit more work at getting our awareness
to support women at the early stages, because I'm sure for any woman and any family that has went through the trauma of losing a baby at any stage of pregnancy or in the early stages of life, it's that early support. It's who do I talk to, who do I turn to?
I would find now it's quite strange that if somebody is lost and maybe that they actually message me or email me, and it's good to know that they can do that once they know you. Maybe they haven't even told anybody else they're pregnant, and I would even get messages, you know, sometimes saying, I'm not very vocal, but you're my support. I'll be waking up and I'll be thinking just stuff, which is nice to know that although I would feel that they haven't benefited much from any work that we've done, that they have felt knowing that we're there if they need us.
There's a face and and I suppose a friendly face, and that it doesn't always have to be, sometimes just somebody to listen or to empathise, or even to feel, even if the person can't do anything, just to feel that somebody else has been through what you've been through.
That's it.
And no two people's journey is ever going to be the same. So just because you went through it a particular way doesn't necessarily mean somebody else is going to go through it that same way. But just recognising that, because it's a very lonely place to feel when nobody understands what I'm going through.
And even the way I would feel about something happening to me, you'll not feel the same.
Yeah, there's none of us will never experience any two things. We could be sitting here now and something happened, and then be asked to recount it in 10 minutes, and exactly the same situation has unfolded in front of us, but your experience of it will be so different to mine. But I think with that part of it, it's recognising that bit, but it's also recognising that there are similarities to what somebody may be going through, and that just having somebody to chat to and talk to is the key.
For our later loss, as we had talked about, touched briefly the last time, we have our memory garden in 5 Mile Town, and we're calling for families, you know, to come in contact with us if they'd like to plant a tree in memory of their baby, or dedicate a bench, or run an event, or have it, you know, the gardens are beautiful for, like, remembering their baby's birthday or anything. It's there for people to use. They just need to contact us, and would like to see it used as well. We're also we're setting up our website, so we're working with a lot of families that have actually been through loss, and they're doing a wee bit of write-up about their experience, as in, just for instance, some of the scenarios where if you're told your baby's not going to survive, where you can look for help, or, you know, the different feelings that you're going to come across, say if you're expecting twins and one doesn't survive, or where do you seek help if your baby is ill and is flew to Birmingham and then doesn't survive. Things that they're a minefield, you wouldn't even know where to start with them. Organising a baby's funeral, registering a baby's death. So all that there, we're in the process of getting all wrote up for our website, so it should be very, very helpful to families in the future.
As a point of reference, as you say. One of those things that we all hope that we never have to go looking for, but at the time, if it does come your way, and that's what you're faced with, that to be able to make it as simple as possible in terms of having the information,
having the facts, having the information,
that you don't have to go looking for it. And interestingly, I've met, I suppose, a few people in recent times, obviously a few women who have lost a baby, maybe early stage miscarriage, and they're now pregnant again, and that's a whole other journey as well for women to go on, isn't it?
It is,
and for families to go on.
You're not going to be in ease, you know. You're going to find that you're going to be thinking, oh, what was that, or will I survive? Will I get through this? Will my baby survive? It's a tough journey, so it is, but it's worth it, and it's a very emotional journey. And some people will find now that they're positive, they'll just leave it and try and work through it. Other people will worry the whole way. Again, it's whatever way, and that's one thing with the charity that I have now saw, you know, for a few years, that everybody reacts differently, and everybody needs to be able to express them feelings or how they're feeling without judgment. You know,
just they are what, and sometimes it's even without self-judgment, because sometimes we feel something and either beat ourselves up for feeling it, or think we shouldn't be feeling it, or we stay in it the feeling too long, or whatever.
I
You know,
know.
we've all, there's even, you know, we can be our own worst enemy sometimes when it comes to feelings, that we don't allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling.
It's just trying to get a coping mechanism in place, I think. I think it's like anything in life, what you're going through. It's trying to get through it in the most positive way for yourself as well, and hope for the best for your outcome.
And talking.
Talking.
Having somebody there that can maybe understand and feel it, recognising that nervousness and that difficult emotions and the worry and everything that goes with that isn't abnormal, that it's completely
the
normal.
last coffee morning we had was in Cookstown, and it actually worked out that it was 5 ladies that turned up that I had never met before, and that I was so happy to see them. Not that I was happy to see that they had lost, but there was one lady had said, I drove, I turned, I drove, I turned, you know, but when they got there it was lovely to see that they got relaxed, they were able to talk to each other, and all of them were glad that they come. So, you know, even if nobody has ever contacted us before, they're very welcome, you know, to come. And I felt that that was actually a good time to come in, because you're in a safe place. Nobody was judging you. You can talk to somebody that's been through it and have a nice cup of coffee. And
build friends and, you know, acquaintances where people have a similar experience. And
we have noticed, you know, with this journey, the amount of mums that have become friends. It's lovely.
Well, it's like, I mean, it's like anything in life. If you've got a common ground and something so life-changing and so significant as losing a baby, puts people in a very common ground space.
And as long as you're working in a positive way together, that's definitely
that's the key
and
thing.
To keep
to
it how you work and how
bring
you
things
survive
forward, and how you go on to, I suppose, live again and move on, allow life to happen, and to allow the blessing of new babies coming in. And I know a lovely term, I know the term, I'm hoping I've got it right, but I know the term that you're talking about, the rainbow baby, where the baby comes, you know, the baby after loss, and it's the hope that can come with that as well.
Well, when I was pregnant with Jacob, after I lost Molly and Maya, I found it very, very tough, and Jacob arrived early then, but he was, I always say, he was the wee diamond that brought the sparkle back into our lives, and he really, for me personally, he helped me definitely on the journey now. Some people obviously choose to go on to have no more, and that's their personal, you need to deal with it in the way that you know your body and your
mind and how
your partner
you are
and your family can deal with it.
There's no, it's like anything, there's no right or no wrong in any aspects of life. We all deal with how we deal. So and I know there's lots of work going on in Benburb at the minute as well, in terms of the community work that's happening there.
Yes, we opened our polytunnel and allotments in our barbecue hut last weekend. Hugo Duncan come and opened it up for us. Brilliant. And again, that's our community hub where we bring the schools in for free gardening workshops, so our fundraising funds that. And again, it's getting more families involved.
And people involved at that level, as you say, it's people who have lost, it's people who haven't, but sometimes in an activity like that, gardening or an allotment, so much therapy can take place.
So much, and bringing families back to basics and about how you would grow and what you would eat, and the children absolutely love it. Really
being
do.
Outdoors and just having the space.
Because we've been running that in 5 Mile Town now for over a year, and Odes there, our gardener that we bring in, and the feedback from the schools is great.
Brilliant, fantastic. Well, as they say, I mean, I follow some of your workload, because I know in addition to being the face of Molly and Maya, you're also, I mean, you run your own business, and you're and you're the mum to your amazing boys. So it's there's definitely more than a full-time job.
Well, you're right, but it's all good fun, and to do our work in memory of Molly and Maya means a lot to me, and means a lot to my husband and the children, because they're so involved in it as well. So yes, it's a juggling. So anybody that we can get to help us raise awareness, or help us even do web design or help us at any of our projects, everybody's very, very welcome.
All help gratefully accepted. And on that note, we have one of your volunteers also going to join us today, and Caoimhe has taken on a really fantastic project. So we'll let Caoimhe fill us in a bit more about how she's getting on with that and what the aim of that is. So Dianna, thanks a million for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you,
we'll
Joanna.
let Caoimhe take the hot seat, and we'll hopefully hear a lot more of the Molly and Maya Foundation and grow on from strength to strength. And I love the idea of a potential meet up in the Newry area,
yes.
because I think there's a lot of families and parents out there that would benefit from it. So thanks a million for today.
Thank you.
If you would like to watch our shows from the comfort of your home, contact Destination Newry now to get yourself a Roku box. Call us on 028 30 834 010.
So after Dianna has told us all of the work and made her call out for volunteers, Caoimhe, thanks a million for stepping in to tell us a little bit about the work that you've done with the Molly Maya Foundation, and also how you find your path to coming across the organisation. So thanks a million for joining me this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. And how long have you been working with the charity, or when did you first come across them?
I first came across the charity, it's probably a couple of months ago, I think now. I've had 2 losses. I lost my daughter Nevaeh at 18.5 weeks, and then it was shortly after that I was pregnant again then with my son Conan. He was born at 24 weeks, and whenever I had went into labour with him, I had literally went into the hospital with the clothes on my back pretty much, and I suppose this is where the idea of like a necessity bags had come in for the charity.
So, I mean, obviously at 18.5 weeks or 24 weeks, you're not prepared. You're not expecting to make the journey to hospital, to be in hospital for any period of time at all, and you're there and you're faced with so many decisions and so much going on, but you don't have basic necessities. So you've come up with, which I have to say I thought was a lovely idea, and even the name, the necessity bag, what the the things that are necessary for a mother to have at that point.
I think it's just one less thing for somebody that's going through a trauma in their life. You know, it's one less thing to have to think about. I was kind of lucky in the sense of whenever I was in, there was a sister in the ward who was very good to me, and she had offered to go and buy me bits and pieces, you know, the things that I'd needed. But it's the fact that there's not those things readily available. So for me personally, I thought, how can I make a mother's life, it's not going to be easy by any stretch, but it's about making it slightly easier, you know, one less thing that they have to worry or stress about, that kind of way.
So the idea of the necessity bag obviously came, and I'm sure you approached Dianna, and like things that Dianna does, she took it and ran with it.
Yes, pretty much so.
But because it's such practical support, you know, there are, at that stage, a woman and a family, of course they need emotional support and they need their medical support and they need all of that, but as you said, they also need that practical, what do I need? So the things that you're looking for in that, in terms of a necessity bag, what do you envisage makes up a necessity bag at that stage?
We are trying to put together things like toothpaste, toothbrushes, shampoo, shower gel, sandry towels. We're looking some nightwear. What else?
There was underwear.
Underwear as well. Hair brushes, just soap, face cloths, things like that. They're just wee bits and pieces that you maybe may take for granted and think, oh, that'll not do anybody any good. But as being from somebody who's been there, and how those little pieces just, they don't transform you, but they just sort of,
you need them.
Yeah,
they're not, as you, I know as you say, they're not essentially what you need in that moment, but you need to have underwear, you need to have sanitary towels, you need to have, and to go and start gathering those up at that stage for anybody. Your family want to support you, they don't necessarily want to be running out looking for whatever basics you need. So And we've got a collection point here in Uri. So Jack Murphy's Jewellers, I believe, is your collection point
Yes,
here
that's
in
correct,
Uri.
yes.
And Una Kelly and myself, although I've been very busy over the last few weeks and really haven't done as much as what I should have done. But you know, Una has been fantastic around her Lazy Daisy birthing classes in reaching out and asking some of her women to get involved there as well. And so anybody that's watching in this afternoon, if you would like to support the Molly and Maya Foundation with that really practical support, and you don't need to buy all of those things. If it's a couple of tubes of toothpaste, if it's a toothbrush, 1, 2, they'll all come together, and you know, might be a couple of pairs of pants out of you know, some or wherever, but it's just making those and dropping them in really. And Jack Murphy's Gemma there, and Jack Murphy's has been really great in terms of agreeing to be one of those points. But you have points throughout Northern Ireland, and you have people coordinating collections.
Yes, we do. We have a few ladies throughout Northern Ireland collecting for us.
And I suppose that's based around the different hospitals, really. I mean,
yes,
Daisy
that's
Hill,
right.
Craigavon.
Yes, it can all be found on the Molly and Maya Foundation, our Facebook page. Yeah.
Yes.
So
brilliant.
yeah, even if anybody wants to drop a message, somebody will definitely
get
get back to them about it.
And
it doesn't matter, even anything so small. Like honestly,
yeah,
everything.
One tube of toothpaste will fill in a box
used,
or a bag.
You know, it's all these wee bits that will add up.
Yeah, and if everybody give one thing, well, then it all comes together. And have you spoken to the hospitals yet? Are they open to kind of receiving this, or is it still early days with those communications?
So far we've had Craigavon and Uri has agreed to take them on. We're still working with the other hospitals, but the plan is that we want all the hospital, you know, to serve all the hospitals in Northern Ireland. Yeah, it's
fantastic. And as I say, just such practical support that you think, you know, this should be just second nature. It should just be done. But it really is. And obviously your passion then for being involved with the Molly and Maya Foundation has come from your own personal experience. So that makes, and I find that in terms of some of the work that I've done, that really makes for an excellent charity when the people are involved are people that have been helped by either the charity or have an understanding of what it is like to go through whichever the charity is, what somebody's experiencing at that point. So and it's, you know, I think it's remarkable when somebody turns their own difficulties into something positive to support somebody else.
Well, I sort of see it as a way of being able, a tribute, I suppose, to Nevaeh and Conan. That's
as Dianna said. I mean, she set it up as in memory of Molly and Maya, and you're able to do your bit in memory of, because if I suppose if everybody set up separate things, there'd be no cohesion. But it's each wee bit of the project. So this project that you're project managing now is in memory of your.
Well, Dianna is an amazing woman. How she fits everything in, I don't know, but she really does. Like it's great. She's very organised, and she's very good at getting people together and getting
stuff done.
Yes, exactly.
Which is we need those people, but we need people that can organise and get stuff done. We need people to do the stuff, and then we need the support and help of members of the public who can just contribute and bring everything together. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story with us this afternoon, and amazing work to be done in memory of Nevaeh and Conan as well, because I just look at the women that I meet through the Molly and Maya Foundation, and I'm just so humbled and completely, you know, I just think that passion to support other families and women is remarkable. So thanks a million for joining me this afternoon. And as I said at the beginning when I was chatting with Dianna, if anybody has suffered the loss of a baby, either very early stage pregnancy or later in pregnancy, regardless of how long ago it is, I would definitely recommend organising and having a chat with some of these ladies, because it's always nice to be able to be surrounded by people who've been through what you've been through. As Dianna put it so well, everybody's journey will be different, but there can be, I suppose, a familiarity in being around people that have been through what you've been through. So thanks so much again, and thank you to our viewers for watching in. I'll be back on Destination Wellbeing on next Tuesday and Thursday afternoon, and I look forward to hearing from you then.
Advertise your business here. Reach a weekly audience of 275,000 people. Be ahead of the rest. call Damien on 078 08 80 34 75 or 028 308 34 012. So, you want local Newry and Mourne TV shows on your television? Which video box should you buy? Well, you have two options. Option 1 provides you as long as you have a good internet connection in your home with all the programmes from destinationnewry.com, including
inside the fencing when we were up there. That's such a change. And the dog muck.
Destination Newry. Radio evolved.
Hello, your weather for today and tomorrow with Destination Newry. Today.
First, this is Newry News Bite.
Well, what's crack in Newry and Mourne today? We all had a great September weather-wise.
We're going to go straight into today's show with a lively set of tunes from a band called
Well, good morning. Welcome to Destination Newry.
Tell me the provenance of that. Where did it come from?
Right there, and welcome back to the studio.
Good afternoon and welcome along to Destination Wellbeing. My guest is...
Hi everyone and welcome to this week's Newry's Loose Women with me.
Well, it's hello and welcome once again to the programme. My name is Tommy Sands.
And the courts of the house of our God. Praise the Lord.
Philip Rogan, rather, wearing number 19.
Evening everybody, and you're very welcome to Newry Showgrounds tonight again.
So that's option 1, and to choose this, click on option 1 below, or you can go to vario.ie and buy option 1. Option 2 provides you, as long as you have a good internet connection in your home, everything you get for option 1, including all the programmes from destinationnewry.com. Plus, you will be able to add over 1,000 private or public channels at the touch of a button, most of which are free. So that's option 2. To buy, click below and buy option 2, or go to vario.ie and buy option 2. To choose your option, either option 1 or 2, just click on the buttons below, or you can go to vario.ie and click on option 1 or 2. When we receive your payment, we will deliver your box to your home, and all you need to do is plug it in and connect it to your TV and your internet. Any problems? We're here on standby to help.